Hello, Beez Blade'ers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. First, I gotta say thank you to my subscribers, thank you channel members, and thank you patrons on Patreon. You guys are what makes this thing freaking awesome. Thank you guys and gals for commenting on every video. That makes this thing go around. So I have an exciting unboxing. This is a brand new Kubey, and this is the KU332C. There's 4 different versions of this bad boy. We're gonna get here and check it out. Now this is the KU332 that I'm gonna use to unbox it, which pretty much means slicing through a little thin piece of paper. There's your unboxing. Now these guys were just released and they are on sale. And right now there's a holiday. If you're watching this around Black Friday, then there's a sale going on. Ooh, look at that, red and black. Channel colors, channel colors. Oh, I guess we do have some more slicing and dicing to do, don't we? Swing, swing, swing. But I am having so much fun, you guys, and I so appreciate every one of you. This is what comes in the box. That's what you get. Ooh, check it out. Check it out. So this comes in 4 different variations. You've got this red G10 with the black blade with this black dark stone wash, and then you have a green G10 with the stone wash. There's a OD green G10 with the bead blast blade, and then there's one more version. There's the black G10 with the satin blade. I'll put links, of course, I'll put links in the description. And like I said, these are running about 40 bucks right now. So if you want to take a screenshot, there's this side, and then we'll look on the back. Ooh, nice, nice, very nice. Ooh, yeah, I'm liking the colors. Yeah. D2 blade steel, as if you can't tell already. Let's see what this blade looks like. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the stuff right there. Let's get up nice and close. Check out that finish. That's a pretty nice stone wash. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. Give you a little bit of texture vision. How's it feel? Oh, perfect. Perfect. I can't wait to get to the action. We're going to do some action and all that good stuff you guys are always used to in the channel. I make sure I give you the best impression I can of what it's like. And these are my first impressions because this is the first time I've seen it. So here's your deep carry pocket clip. And yes, it is tip up and reversible. Oh yeah, that is sweet. And there's a big old lanyard hole right there. And the clip isn't recessed into the G10, so we'll see how it goes in and out of the pocket. But I want to make sure you get to see both sides of the blade. Got a little bit of oil going on. Ooh, let me clean that off. There we go. So yeah, that's a nice looking stone wash. This is Colin Mason Pierre is the designer. CM Designs. And there's this side. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see how she cuts. Let's see if she slices. Well, if I don't cut the paper first. Or rip the paper. Don't rip the paper. You're supposed to cut it. Let's see what it does here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Got the angle. What do you think about that? That's pretty good. All right, let's see what she weighs. I'm gonna go with the safe guess and say 4 again. Usually gets me the ballpark. There you go, 4.17. Very nice, very, very nice. Pretty nice even weight. All right, let's, okay, I'm gonna go zip through the specs in less than a minute. You ready? Let's go. Overall length is 6.93 inches. Your blade length is 2.91 inches. And pretty much your sharpen length is exactly the same. Your blade width is 1.22 inches. Your blade thickness is 120 thousandths from here to here. And then behind the edge was pretty consistent at around 12 thousandths of an inch. And this is D2 tool steel. And this is, I would call this a sheep's foot blade. And it's got a nice dark stone wash. Your handle length closed is 4.02 inches. So it's 4 inches from tip to tip. Your handle thickness is 1/2 inch. Very nice. It's 1/2 inch right there. Not a bad profile at all. And this is a liner lock, and it's ambidextrous, and it has ceramic ball bearings, which we will find out in just a minute. So there you go. And this was designed by Colin Mason Pierre. So there's a look at this side if you want to get a screenshot. This is pretty sweet looking. This is my style. And boy, I tell you what, it is well lubed from the factory. Okay, we got it cleaned off. So let's see how the fit is. Okay, rock solid, no wobble, no weeble wobble. Very solid, very solid. Let's see what the lockup looks like. Lockup looks really good. We're just about halfway at 40-something%, I'd say, and nice and smooth. And we'll check out and see what the inside of it looks like here in just a minute. But man, the action already, I'm telling you, is going to be nice. Put a piece of paper up for a little bit of contrast. Here's the Spyderco Para 3, and I don't know why we're not focusing. There we go. You guys know my focus needs more focus. There's a Spyderco Tenacious, a little bit thinner, Spyderco Para 3. Now this is the KU332. Here is the KU322. And by the way, if you want to see the video on this thing, go check it out. I'll put a link up there. I'm telling you what, this one's sweet. The action is freaking awesome. But there's a comparison from the 322 and the 332. They look pretty much identical. And here's the Kizer Sheepdog. Sheepdog has a little bit of thickness on it. All right, I'm going to lay this out so you can see what it looks like next to some knives you might have. All right. So I'm going to zoom in here, and then you guys can get an idea of the real actual size of this thing. All right, here you go. Spyderco Manix 2. The tried and true the Spyderco Tenacious. So you can see it's not a huge knife, but I have a feeling the ergos are going to be pretty good on this. This is my guess. Just my guess. Here's a Spyderco Para 3. Now there you go. That's your vicinity right there. As far as cutting length, it has more cutting length than the Para 3. How about the Kubey 322? Now the 322 is a nice size knife. It's a big knife. This one's going to be smaller, less profile, fit in your pocket a little easier if you like a little bit smaller knife. Here's the Spyderco. Here's the Kizer Sheepdog non-flipper. I was curious what these would look like next to each other. You know, let's put the big one up here and the smaller one down here. There you go. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. I mean, you guys, you know that I love this blade shape. The sheep's footy worn Cliffy. And here, if you guys haven't seen this one, whoo, the Kizer Towser K. Check out the video on that one. This sucker is, I mean, it's a contender for Knife of the Year. Couldn't be much smoother, but I digress. There's the Kizer Towser K. There you go. All right, and I'm going to put up one or two more here real quick that you might have to give you an idea. Here's the QSP Penguin. So actually, it's pretty close to the Penguin, you know, size-wise. Not counting the width and all that stuff, but length-wise, it's pretty close. All right, let's see how this sucker deploys. Let's see how many options do we have. Do we have a fidget knife? Hey, before I forget, time to call to action. Subscribe before you forget. Hit that bell button. You don't want to miss what's coming up next on this channel. I'm guaranteeing that. There's giveaways every Friday night on the live stream. Come meet the Beez Hive every Friday night, 8:15 to 11:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it. We have a blast. So let's check out the deployment. Let's start with the flipper. Can we do a push button? Yes. Ooh, it's quick too. How about the shut? Ooh, pretty nice, pretty nice. How about light switch? Man, and you know what? Listen, guys. Let's do some acoustics here. That's pretty nice. It's very snappy. How about our reverse flick? Oh, there we go. Oh, it has a nice detent. It doesn't have a weak detent. It is tuned really well. That is really nice. How about the thumb? Yep, there we go. There we go. Can I use my index finger? It's kind of slow. Kind of slow in the old index finger. But that's pretty cool. How about the left hand? Yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. Can I finger flick it? Reverse flick it with my left hand? Yep. So deployment on this sucker is really good. Fidget factor is high. All right, let's get everything out of the way. All right, so this is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and my hand from the bottom of my palm to the middle of my middle finger is 7.25. So now you know exactly the size of my hand. Full 4 fingers are on there. Yeah, and it's very neutral. The neutral handles, I'm telling you, most of the time they win it. And you know what? The pocket clip's not bothering me. It's not really setting up high. So that pocket clip's not an issue. It's not a hot spot. What kind of choil we have going on here? Really not much of a choil going, sharpening choil. You're going to be putting a smile on it when you sharpen it. So I wouldn't mind a little bit more of a choil going on. And actually, you could put your finger up here if you're doing some light cutting. You know, I wouldn't want to be choking up like this. You'd be putting your finger right on the blade. And boy, they drowned it. That is faux show. But you could put your finger up here for some light cutting. But, oh, utility cutting? It's on there. It's in it. Look at that. Look how it fits. Perfect for utility cutting. The grip is good. Pull cuts, all that. You're covered. And I'm getting no hot spots whatsoever. So, What do I dislike about it? So far, there's really not a whole lot. You know, if I was nitpicking, I might say a little bit of bigger choil, but the action's really good. I wouldn't call it fall shut, but that's pretty close. Pretty close. And I'm wondering after we take it apart if it'll get a little bit better. I mean, that's not bad. A couple shakes, or you give it one good shake at gravity. There you go. Yeah. All right, so you guys ready? Let's get in here and see what it looks like. And I'm just going to say it right now. If you don't have a Weehaw bit set, you're going to end up doing like I did. I bought 4 or 5 different sets of bits, and I stripped them all. And then everybody in the knife community is like, get a Weehaw bit set. So I got one. There's a link in the description if you want to get one for yourself. And make sure you get the set that starts with the 5mm. Don't make a mistake, goof, and get the wrong set. So you want the set that starts with 5mm. So I'm going to get out a T6 and a T8 because that's usually what you need. And then this is a Weehaw bit driver. This sucker's really good when you have a tough one you need to get loose. All right, so let's see what we're working with here. Ooh, these are T8 body screws. Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. All right, let's see how well these suckers are put in there. Let's see what happens here. You know what? That's pretty huge. I'm not going there. Wow, that's a big boy. You know what? There's no way that's a T10. What? A T10's fitting in there comfortably. I'm going to use a T10. What? 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 Cool Whip. Did you just say Cool Whip? Yeah, I said Cool Whip. Tell me what that's from. What show's that from, guys and gals? All right, nice. Coming loose. Coming loose, coming loose. Oh, it's spinning. Oh, no. So let me put a little pressure with my finger and see what happens. Oh, yeah, okay. Whew. Had me worried there for a minute. It's coming loose very easy. Very nice. Man, it started spinning. I was like, oh, please, no. Don't be a pain in my derriere. Jeez. All right, so that one, I used a T10 and it fit. So I'm just saying. Just saying. I mean, maybe it's a T9, but the T10 fit. It was snug. And that's a little tough to break with the fancy driver. So I'm going to use this dude. There we go. Break that one. Well, I'm not breaking it. You guys know what I'm saying. And I might not have to take that pocket clip off to get in here. And kitty cats just came in to get a snack. They're like, hey, what's up? What you doing? You know, cats, they're like, hey, as long as we have litter, food, water, shelter, we're good. We're good. We'll do our own thing. All right, is it going to come apart? Yeah. All right, so this is what it looks like. Very clean. Very, very clean from the factory. That's how I like to see it. That's how I like to see it. All right, so I have a what do you call this thing? Microfiber cloth. I'm just going to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Clean this bad boy off just a little bit. But yeah, man, it's very clean. And that alcohol dries off really fast. Let's take a look at the ceramic ball bearings. Come on, focus, baby. Focus. Your focus needs more focus. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Check them out. Check them out. So this thing, I mean, it wasn't over lubed. I know some lube was leaking out, but I mean, for the inside of a knife, I have to say that this sucker was really clean. I'm just cleaning off these, I don't know why the camera's not cooperating, but we'll live. So these ball bearings, see how the ball bearings are open here? And I apologize for the camera. I'm going to check and see which side, the open side. Now, if you look here, the open side is facing the blade. So make sure you put it back the same way. And I'm going to fix this camera problem. All right, we'll see if the camera problem's fixed. Let's take this pivot out. Yeah, but as I was saying, make sure you put the ceramic ball bearings or whatever ball bearings you have, put them in the same direction they were, or you'll put it back together and be like, what is going on? This thing is all off center, it's wonky, it won't work right. What did I do? And it's just something that simple. So make sure, this is just, I mean, I'm no pro. I'm just telling you what I do, and I've learned from some mistakes. So if I can keep you guys from making a mistake and you gals from making a mistake, and this thing is already relatively clean. Well, you know what? You think it's clean, but look what's coming off. So that action that was already smooth is probably going to be that much better. Yeah, get in here, get in the nitty gritty. So that's it. That's all there is to it. That's pretty simple. Now, I'm using KPL knife pivot lube for the pivot, and there's a link in the description. 10% off KPL knife pivot lube. Not to mention, I have to say, 10% off at Mojave Outdoor on all Kizer knives, and then 10% off at, where else? White Mountain Knives. Everything at White Mountain Knives is 10% off at the Beez Blades discount code. And the KPL Heavy, I'm going to use 1 drop of that stuff right here, right there, in the detent hole. Let's just put 1 drop of Ruski right there. Right there. And then I'm just going to leave a little small snail trail just going around that detent track. Just enough to say, I'm there. There we go. That's all I need. Little dabble do ya. Okay, so let's put our pivot back in. Whew, boy, I'm telling you, that pivot worried me there for a second. But all I had to do was put some pressure on the side of it. It came right out. No problem. So you might, in this, so it's not a D-shaped pivot, so you probably want to line your KB, your logo, where you want it when you tighten it up. So, yeah, this is pretty simple. I'm going to put this in here. Actually, make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to put a little bit of shake this bottle, a little bit of this stuff in here. This bottle, there we go. A couple drops. And they have these swabs at Knife Pivot Lube, KPL. I like using them. A lot of people don't actually use them to do what I'm doing, but I like it just because, I don't know, it's tactile. I can feel what I'm doing. And also you can use them to clean your knife out. Most of your knife you can clean out without taking it apart. And I'm just going to put a little drop ski over here and a little drop ski on this side. And then spread the love. This knife is super. So if you haven't, I've talked to a couple people in the comments of other videos, and they're not quite sure if they want to risk or try to take their knife apart because they've never done it. Well, hopefully these videos where I'm doing these disassemblies will show you that it's usually not too bad. Usually not too bad at all. So this is going to go back on there just like that. All right, that's looking like it's going to fit. Jeez. Is it really going to go back together this easy? And make sure that you put those ball bearings back in the direction they were. See, this is the open side. I'm putting the open side towards the blade because that's the way I found it. And I'm just putting a little bit ski. Some people use more, some people use less. Personal preference. It's all subjective. All right, so, wow, that's it. Let's see if we can get her back. Oh, let's clean this. Got a little bit of smudging. Okay, so look here. It actually does have a spot right there that's supposed to stop. It's supposed to stop this on this side, on the other side. So I'm curious if it's on this side too. It's not on this side. So the pivot should have actually been over here because see this notch right here? And maybe that's how I took it apart and I wasn't paying attention. But let's see, is it still going to spin? Yeah, it's still, oh, no, it locked in. It locked in place. Look at that. So I don't know if that was my mistake or if that's how it was put together and the pivot was just backwards. So we'll just, we'll do this the other direction. All right, we'll go like this. But that makes sense. So I bet you our pivot is not going to spin now. Is it possible that the pivot was put in on the wrong side? Because, yeah, that's the only explanation I have. That's the only explanation I have. All right, so now she's on there. Make sure I'm putting everything back together like I'm supposed to. And this right here is your stop pin. And you can see when the blade comes out. Am I putting this in upside down? Yeah, kind of. Let's do it like this so it looks proper. See how the stop pin stops right there? So there's that. And let's put this guy back on here. Open face towards the blade. Whoop. Thought I had it back together, then I realized that little notch. So there you go. That might help you. You know, you got to take yours apart if you have that issue. You'll be like, hey, wait a minute. I just need to switch the pivot to the other side and it won't spin on me. And you know, I could watch this back and it could have been all me, but it was spinning. So yeah. All right. We're going to go back on here and everything fit where it's supposed to be. Is it really that easy? Looks like it's going to be that easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, let's put our pivot back in. Yeah, this has been an El Breezio. Just get it started. And then I'll get these other guys started. And I always think of that song when I say that, when I'm putting them back together. And I'm putting these screws back in the same hole I found them. That's just what I do. That's my personal preference. As far as Loctite, I suggest you use Loctite. I don't because I check my screws all the time. All right, am I not making contact here? Or no, I've got the... this is fun. See what happens when you try to rush? But I don't want you guys to have to watch a video all night long. I was trying to do this with the T6, and the T6 was like, hey, I don't fit. I'm just starting this. I'm not screwing it all the way in because I get these started, and then I completely tighten down my pivot. Then I tighten these guys. Then I can adjust my pivot. So I just have them started. They're real loose. Now, is the T8 going to work for my pivot? T8's kind of loose. It's grabbing it, so, but, you know, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm going to tighten it all the way down. So a T8 works, but I'm telling you what, a T10 still fit on the outside of it and didn't slip. It grabbed, so. All right, so I tightened that down pretty hefty. Let's see what the centering is. All right, it's a little off to the side, which is totally cool. Totally cool. Okay, I got it tightened down. Now what I'm going to do is, see how it's favoring the clip side? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to face it towards the clip side, and I'm going to put a T9 in here just because I'm going to put a little bit of torque, give it a little bit of torque. And I'm going to use this driver, and I'm going to push the blade the direction it wanted to go. And this works for me a lot of times. So I'm going to loosen it back up, push the blade that direction, and tighten it all the way down. All right, so, I mean, it's tight too. Oh boy, you know, we'll find out what we did wrong. We will find out. Let's see, where's my T8? I'm all over the place. I'm going to tighten these bad boys down, and sometimes that's your issue. That did not help it. All right, we'll loosen it up. Squish it back together. Oh, okay. You know what? I wasn't checking to make sure that my lock bar was clear. That's what was holding me back. I bet you that's what it was. Let's see what it does now. Look at that. We're centered. We're centered. So it's super tight. Not going to say it. I'm going to loosen it just a hair. If I can. There we go. Just a little bit. Make sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's still rock solid. Ooh. Yeah. You know, that's pretty good right there. You can loosen. I have room to loosen it up. I have some play room. I'm going to move it just a tad, just a hair. And you know, the screw is loose enough where I probably will end up using some Loctite. But there we go. I said big channel. There you go. Look at that. I would say the action improved a little bit. It's centered. Very nice. All right, so there you go, guys. There you guys go, and gals. Tell me what you think. I like it. This is, I mean, it's a comfortable knife. The only thing we didn't do is check it in and out of the pocket. Now we can check it in and out of the pocket. Look at that. No profile at all. The clip is nice and strong, holds it in there really good. All right, so there you go. Let me know what you think about it. Leave me a comment in the video description, not in the description. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm too excited. I want to go flip this knife and bug Mrs. Beez. And I'm just having too much freaking fun. So let me know what you think about it, you guys. Remember to live life in the present. Keep a Band-Aid handy. And don't cut yourself.